conversation found right here on Promise TV. Every single weekday morning from Monday to Friday, we do have the sunrise show starting from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Business conversations, knowing how to navigate challenges, and also engeri nawe gy'osobola okubanga oyiga ebintu ebyenjawulo. Amachagale tugenda kuba tuyiga fashion endabika okubanga olabika bulungi, and the dinner, end of year is here, and the awards, and how you can make that Pinterest picture, taking it to your tailor to make sure that they make something that looks just like that. Thank you for joining us. Good morning to you, and well, make sure you're following us on our social media handles at Promise TV UG on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Well, right about today, we do have Sharon Ariso, all the way from Shan A Fashions. Agenda kubatubulira business ya fashions etambuleta, especially customizing different kinds of outfits to make sure they meet the taste of the client. Use the number 0746405060 okubango toyingako in this discussion amacha galero. Well, Sharon, good morning, and how are you?
I'm okay. Good morning, Angel.
I saw you walking and I wondered, are you like the firstborn, the lastborn, or you're right in the middle?
I'm in the middle. I'm a fourthborn.
You're a fourthborn out of how many?
Out of 8.
Wow. How is it being raised by, your men in the family?
It's fun being men in family because basically I'm the fourthborn, so I have the elders to rely on whenever I need. Then I have the young ones to send or help around.
Yeah. Okay. How was your education like, Sharon?
Basically, I studied in single-sex schools from P1 up to senior 4.
Okay.
Then I joined mixed school for HSC. Yeah.
And looking at this fashion, where did it start from? Did you look at some picture and say, I want to be doing this? Where did that inspiration come from?
I didn't have a dream of being a fashion designer. It was my dad that put me into fashion after my senior 6. I wanted to be an accountant. So when my dad made me go for fashion and design after my senior 6. Basically, I didn't want, because I thought I was going to be a tailor.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I joined campus, the first 2 weeks I didn't attend lectures because my head I knew I was going to be a tailor. So the first week when I attended lecture, the lecturer was in class, told us that if you know you are in this class and you want to be a tailor, you're in a wrong class. So that's when I realized I was in a designing class. Yeah, so that was when my words, the way I looked at the course started changing.
Okay. What's the difference between tailoring and designing according to your understanding?
According to my understanding, first of all, a designer can do both. You can tailor at the same time do the designing. But then the tailor can only do the mending. And then the designer, you have to be in the creative world.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just do the designing and then you give a tailor to mend it for you.
Okay. Wow, I'm very curious and I'm loving this. Which year did you start Shan A Fashions?
Shan A Fashions started after the lockdown, 2021. Yeah, because I graduated around 2019, and then we started working in people's workshops. The first place I started working in was at Kona, Uganda, that side of Bukoto Street. After Kona, Uganda, I went in Motive. During lockdown was when Motive opened and they were looking for tailors. So as people were in for lockdown, we were working in Motive, making masks for the government and then for Buganda Kingdom. So when that contract of masks closed, by that time I'd saved up to buy a machine.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started my business indoors, inside, at home, in my room. Just used to do marketing online and get clients.
Had you opened social media handles at that time?
Yeah, I opened social media handles when I was still in campus. Yeah, that was when I started. By that time, it was called Shani Fashions. Yeah, it was called Shani Fashions. And then at some point, on social media, there were a lot of Shani Fashion something. So I decided to add A. The A is for my surname. Basically, my business is registered as Shan Ariso Fashion.
Okay.
By the time I registered the business, Shan A had already branded Shan A. So I found it difficult to change other things. But my certificates have Shan Ariso Fashion.
You know, getting a business name, like you said, getting Shan Fashion at some point was a bit hard. Other people had the name. What was it like for you getting a business name?
It wasn't something that I thought about, that before you start a business, you have to have a business name that you're going to run with forever.
Yes.
And so I was just guessing. Since I'm called Sharon, something should be related to Sharon or something like that. But then a business name is not something that you should wake up one day and give yourself. It's something that you should look into, like the long run. When you register it, are you going to reach a point whereby you have to change? Now, for example, someone who gives a name like, I'm a girl, so I can give an example of a boyfriend. If I give my business a boyfriend's name, then at some point we break up.
Yes.
Now you have already registered the business name.
Yeah.
So those are the things you have to look into when you want to give your business a name.
At this point, Shan, were you in a doka gotandese?
Right now, yeah.
At that time, we were registering the business.
No.
You were saying, let me just reserve my business name.
My business name, Shan. I said Shani Fashions. I started when I was in campus. So most times I would post my campus work that I would make on that business page.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you reach that point where I didn't like that name, I changed it to Shan A. So I ran Shan A up to some point where I needed some things that the tailoring department, because I'd registered with the tailoring association.
Yes.
So they told me you have to register your business first.
Yes.
So when I wanted to register my business, I couldn't register Shan A because there was some Shan something online already. So I decided they accepted me to remove the A and put my full names. Yeah, that is how I registered Shan Ariso.
Wow. You know, at this moment you're a student, you were trying to get yourself into the market space. What was it like for you?
It was like normal. I didn't have any challenge because by that time I didn't have responsibilities.
Yes.
It was something I was doing because I loved it. Most clothes I used to make with
entering fashion and wondering, omuntu wayingira ekintu nga takyagala, do you think they can thrive?
I don't think so. If you don't like something, if you don't have passion, you'll find yourself not working. I'll give an example. I have a boss I worked for some time back. She didn't know anything in the field.
Yeah.
Like, she just knew that fashion has money. So I was her tailor, I was her accountant, I was literally running the whole business. She had another job.
Yeah.
So by the time I left, business closed for some time.
Yeah.
So if you don't have passion for that thing, and if you have not learned something small on that business, I don't think you can run it.
You know, I'm looking at you and seeing a person who has learned mistakes over time and corrected them. Shan, what mistakes did you make at the beginning of your business that you wouldn't do again?
I learned many mistakes that sometimes I thought if someone told me before that, I wouldn't do it. Like, for example, making an outfit within one day.
Okay.
Or in a rush. That is something that I used to do.
Okay.
Like, I believed like an outfit should be done very fast.
Yes.
And yet, a project that you can work on it for some time, and then it comes out perfectly. Yeah, that is something that I learned. And then another thing I learned is how to talk to clients.
Yes.
I had that issue. Personally, I would believe that this is my shop. Like, no client should do. If I tell you something, not that clients, like when you're doing fitting, it reaches a moment where you want to chase away the client. Maybe someone tells you, I want it tight. You tighten it, then the person says, loosen it. You loosen it, then someone's like, this part, tighten it again. And then you get that is something I wasn't taught in school. So if I'd learned it earlier, I would have retained some clients of mine that went off.
Oh dear.
It will reach a moment whereby I would give up, I get tired. But something that I learned, for right now, like if someone tells me open, I open. If someone says close it, I close it. So it has become part of me.
Wow, those are big lessons that you need to learn, as you are growing in the curve of business. Yeah. So here you are. How did you manage your accounting? Was that taught to you in school, that this is the copy to have put in this outfit, let's say Ankara, now this is the profit I'm going to get from the dress?
No, I wasn't taught in school. Personally, I have attended very many workshops for designers. There are those workshops that come in, they'll be like, we are training tailors, or we are training you how to price your product. Like creative workshops. So most times when I attend them, that's where I learn them from. Yes. Then I also learn them online. Okay. I go online on YouTube, I get those videos, how to run your business, how to price. Then I listen to those ones who have started their business, they failed, they started again. Yeah, just like that. But from school, no, we're not taught.
Wow. I'm looking at, what do you think school did not teach you besides speaking to customers that you learned along the way?
School taught us just basics.
Okay.
Yeah, so most times people come to me for advice, like someone who did fashion and comes to me to advise them to start a business. The only advice I tell them, go and work for someone first before you start yours.
Do those mistakes from there.
Yeah, because when I finished school immediately, I started my business.
Yeah.
My dad rented for me, paid for me rent for 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, I didn't have money to move on.
Daddy pays for 3 months for you to kickstart.
Yeah.
But in those 3 months, you had not looked forward to when?
I had not done anything. I had not saved anything. I didn't have money to continue. So I found myself closing, because the clothes I would make were basic outfits. I didn't know how to make clothes that customize somebody's figure, basically, because I started learning using my figure only.
Yes.
I didn't know how to make for extra large, other sizes. So when I closed my workshop, and I went and I worked from people's workshop, that's where I got experience. So you find that the owner of the workshop has to teach you, because they want perfect work.
Yes.
So if someone has just finished that course, I would advise them to first work for people before they start running their own businesses.
Wow. Make the mistake somewhere else before you start in your own. And so here you are, you've put in, where does now the social media come in very important for you? TikTok, Instagram, and posting all these pictures.
Social media is very important because fashion is basically an online business. You can't run with only those clients around you. Basically, most of my clients are online clients. Why? Because now, social media is exposed to everyone. Now, I'm a student currently because I'm doing art.
Yes.
I found, after doing fashion, I realized I didn't have art. So I went back to school to do art.
You had a taste for fashion, but you lacked the art.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I decided to go back to do arts, industrial art. So that's the course I'm doing currently. So I'm somehow busy with school. Then I have the business also.
Yes.
So if I don't run the social media to get the clients, I won't get clients personally. Then now where I am located, these are campuses. Most of them do hiring. They don't customize.
Yes.
So most of my clients who do customize come from online clients. So the campuses mostly rent outfits for photo shoots, birthdays, parties.
How much do you rent at?
I start from
you hire.
I start from 50. Then there are those of 40. Depends on how
the bargaining power or the outfit itself.
Yeah, and how the outfit has been used before. Yeah. So if it has been overused, I reduce the price.
Okay.
But the new ones also.
A bit high. Here you are, Sharon, navigating after campus lockdown. She is now trying to get her space out of the COVID deal of making masks. Yakwata sente ze yafuna n'agulamu ekyalaani n'atandika business. Sharon, I'm curious to know, What was the big deal that you've ever got in this fashion?
Like big deal at once.
Someone said, I want 15 dresses.
Like the one that really changed my business was sometime back, 2022. It wasn't dresses actually, it was masks.
Okay.
It was now like out of the company, it was my own.
Ah, yes.
I got a friend just from Facebook. It wasn't someone in my contact list or what. He inboxed me and he had the contract. So I worked with him and I involved my other friends. So I was like now the supplier. So that is the contract that moved me out of my room to start a workshop.
It was a big dressing deal.
So that is the money I got for paying rent. And at that same time, I had my sister who wanted to start a clothing shop.
Okay.
So it was easy for me to co-rent with her. So that is actually a big deal that I got like one-time money like much.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at you here. You are, Daddy has paid 3 months and the 3 months are done. How did that open your mind?
No, like I'm a born-again Christian. When that thing happened, I talked to my pastor. So his son advised me to close and go and work for somebody. That's when I started looking for jobs, and then I went to Kona. And Kona was just near because I was staying in Kamocha, and this was just Bukoto Street. It was just walkable to the place.
Didn't Daddy feel so sad that the business he had opened up for you?
Not really. Dad's main aim was for me to upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah. He didn't want me to stop there. Personally, I was the one who didn't want to upgrade. So from that time, 2019, it was a battle for upgrading until currently. 2023, that's when I accepted to go back to school. So all this hustling, Dad wasn't seeing it. Because for him, he kept on telling me, go back to school. Though in that process, but when I started my business, I looked at it as fun. It wasn't like something like money bringing.
Yes.
It was passion that I had for that. Up to now, I do it as passion.
Okay.
So when, definitely, every business, there are losses and everything, and that happens. So most times people look at me and feel like I'm over making money or wasting time, because most times I go for fashion shows, and by that time I didn't have someone working for me.
Yeah.
So whenever there is any fashion show, I close my shop and I go. So most people used to look at it like wasting time, but then these fashion shows, I was looking at a long run. So going to these fashion shows, I found myself that I was getting into the market. I got used to other people, and then I got connections.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, you mentioned that in school you were never taught how to speak to customers. What weird experience ever happened between you and a customer? It might have gone south, but you learned a great deal from it.
Mostly welcoming customers.
Before, how were you?
Yeah?
Before, how was it?
No, like, I'm someone who, I grew up in a business home.
Yes.
So it was kind of easy. But then, like, I didn't grow up in Central. I grew up in Eastern. So I had a challenge
How
of...
do you greet in Eastern? Jobiaido?
Yeah,
Jokuna.
Jokuna, yes.
Jokuna?
Jokuna is I'm fine.
Jobiaibo?
Biaibo is how I...
Biaibo.
Yes.
Okay.
So I first mostly challenge in welcome, because my first business was in Kamocha. And Kamocha is basically most people speak Luganda.
Yeah.
So welcoming clients in Luganda was something hard. And most times you tell someone you don't know Luganda, and then they'll be like, why are you here? Where I'm now is Banda, so it's easier.
It's easier. You relate with them in the best way that you can.
Yeah.
Interesting. I love that. You know, Shan, I'm looking at you and seeing someone that decided to left school and said, I'm going to pick up and grow this. I'm going to get better. I'm going to improve. And now here you are in school. But you say that you had learned not to make an outfit in one day. Was there a moment you made an outfit and that outfit did not come out as the customer wants, and maybe their wedding was the next day or function?
Yeah, very many times. Yeah, it has happened to me very many times. So most times what we do, we refund the client.
When the outfit has not come out?
Yeah.
And you've used money to buy the outfit?
Yeah, I agree with the client. Either I redo, like I rebuy another material. Because sometimes it happens on fabric. These are fabrics you see online. And someone wants that fabric. So when you buy the fabric and someone doesn't agree with that fabric,
The material?
yeah, you have to rebuy.
Oh dear.
And then sometimes it happens also in a fashion. A person, sometimes you advise, fashions come according to somebody's figure. So someone orders for a fashion that doesn't match the figure. Some clients you try advising them, but when a client, no customized, you go with the client's choice.
Yes.
So when you make the outfit and then it doesn't come out, what we do, we refund. Sometimes I agree with the client, either I do the 50 loss, you do the 50 loss. Some clients, you totally go with the loss. Because we want to maintain them for the next time. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's quite interesting. Let's take a look at some of the questions that have come in. Gwatoyunze kokosa numbers from Sanvunya Mkaga, Ana Atano Nkago Kwango Buzebyo. Here is a question. Someone says, didn't you experience intimidation as you were growing your business, I think?
Yeah, I do experience. Now, like mostly the men's side. Definitely, most men believe that women cannot make the outfits.
Okay.
And then friends and family members also. By the time you post to them that you make this thing, most people don't believe because they've grown up seeing you.
Yes.
By the time they can, like, even currently, I can post like an outfit that was made by me. And then someone, like I put on my status and be like, Shan A Fashion Products. Then someone is like, are you sure that made that outfit? Most times sometimes I answer them to read the caption.
Yeah.
Oh, but catching up is a problem because fashion trends keep changing. When a trend comes and then you want to focus on it, another one also comes out, then you keep focusing on it. But like as a designer, you have to be creative on your own trends. So mostly, currently, I'm trying to focus on bringing out my own creativity. But then I also work with customized outfits. So I deal with what a client wants. So when a trade comes out, clients want that. So most times what we do, we study. By the time someone sends you a design, we find out where did that person get that design from, and we check that person's page. Because most designers post the process of how they did it. Yeah. So we check that page and we get the process and we make it. But if I can't make it, I tell like, it depends on the price. There are some designs that I have to take a week, I have to take a month to make it. And compared to your price, sometimes I turn down some design.
Orders.
Depends on the fashion of the cloth.
You know, I saw your picture on the flyer, and you know, you're all looking beautiful with this Ankara kind of design. And I kept asking myself, how long did that dress take you to make?
That one didn't take me long. Most outfits that I make for myself, I make in a day or few hours, personally mine. Because I know my shape, I know I know what I want. Like most times, personally, when I have a function, I just wake up and then make it.
Okay.
It doesn't take long for mine.
Wow. Do you love? Do you have a taste for Ankara? Do you love Ankara fashions, or blending both of them?
I love blending. Mostly blending is better than plain Ankara. But Ankara also alone is nice, depending on the print and the colors on it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let us move to the next question here. And then someone here is asking and saying, Oyo mchala tuwe ku magezi ag'abaana baffe abagenda ku kusomereza okutunga. Because you seem to have fought the war before, so you know.
So what I can advise is like, if the child doesn't like fashion, don't force the child. Okay. Because you might end up wasting your money and then someone goes to another field. Because in my class we're over 100 something. But if I look at like how many are now in the fashion, most people went into something else. So and then fashion and design, it's an expensive course when you're doing it just as a course. So if you as a parent can't support the student, the child up to the end, go for another course. Because we have studied, we reach a point where some drop out, and yet at some point you put in money. So when you're going to invest into the course, you should know that it is an expensive course from the beginning to the end. So if the child has no passion, don't.
Wow. Yeah. You know, there is usually a complaint that those students or children that have not gone maybe to university and got the degrees and, you know, got all that qualification, and those who go to the tertiary institution, you have come out successful and you're an icon and inspiration. What advice do you still give those young people who still feel like, I must stay in this main education, you know, tertiary seems not to be? I know it is far-fetched.
Like those ones who should stay into education, or those who should branch?
Those who say tertiary is not.
Actually, it depends on what you want. Both sides are okay. But if you want to be employed by people, you can study those theory courses. But if you want to employ others and create jobs, you should go into tertiary education. I think that's the advice I can give them.
Yes. Wow. Do you ever regret at some point not doing a 9-to-5 job?
Not really. I've never regretted.
What are some of those blessings?
Eh?
What are some of those blessings?
One of it, you get to be a boss. And according to employment, they say a boss is always correct.
Yes.
So when you are a boss, you're always correct. Currently, the art I'm doing art with education.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have tested how it feels like to be under somebody, because I teach art and design like high school. Okay. So if you're to ask me what I can quit the other one and remain on mine. But then I also love teaching. Yeah, it's something that I love. I do it just because the event and the message the designer is trying to pass out. So you find those plastics, by the time a designer wants to use plastics, it's because maybe they're trying to pass an eco-sustainable fashion something, or they want to preserve the environment. So by the time maybe they're making it for a photo shoot or a TV, something like that. Like, yeah. So I have no problem with people who create those things for the clients they're focusing on.
Yes. What have you found Ugandans or clients mostly inclined to nowadays?
Most of them go with trade.
With trend like that, what we are seeing there?
Yeah. They go with what they see online.
Okay.
So most times when you come up with your own design, it is hard for people of Uganda to accept it. So it will take some time, maybe when you've worn it very many times, or you've given someone else to take photos with it and you've advertised
maybe
it very many times.
Maybe a celebrity.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on, Sharon, here is another question. Someone says that, what does it feel like to grow in a family of 8? I think we had left this place, but maybe they want to know.
It feels fun. Like if I'm to compare someone who grew up as one person in their family or two, you don't have other alternatives. Personally, I didn't grow up like with relatives or cousins or what, just my family members. That's why I said at first you rely on each other.
Yes.
Yeah. When I need finances, I can call on my elder sisters or my brothers.
Wow.
Yeah.
What has been the power of business networking to the growth of your business?
Personally, coming here, I was connected by someone who I met in a fashion show.
Okay.
Yeah. So business networking has given me friends. I've got to know very many people in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah. So definitely, like, I can walk into a fashion show and I know people who I know there.
Yeah. And it becomes easy.
Yeah, it is easy because now when you network with others, you have people who connect you into some gigs. Now, when I get a contract of something I don't know how to make, I can connect to someone that I saw at at the runway who can do it, and then that person can also connect me. Yeah.
That's so beautiful, you know. As we draw towards the end of today's show, I'm very curious to know what kind of advice you'd give to other business owners that are watching us today.
The only advice I can give the person is have passion for your business.
Have passion.
Yeah.
For
Have
your
passion,
business.
have a goal, and focus to it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Any other thing?
Like advice, specific business, tailoring, or any other
Any
business.
business.
Any other business. Like before you get into the business, you have to learn what the business is about. Go into it, do research, carry out what your clients would like before you invest into the business. Yeah.
Okay. And then let's end with this last question from the people that are watching us. Someone says that what was it like for you transitioning from school to starting your business?
It's like from school direct to my business.
I think that transition of what you've learned in school and now here you are in the field.
To be sincere, most of the things I learned in school, I didn't put it into practice. Because after school is when I worked with someone else.
Yes.
So it's mostly what I learned from that person is what I'm using in my business.
Yes.
So like school, mostly we did drafting. The drafting is good because there are some outfits you can't do without drafting. There are some fashions, but then most times people like direct cutting because it's easier. So most things that I learned in school, I'm not using it. But school was good. Yeah, I learned the basics and I'm still using it. Mostly just drafting books. There are drafting books that I got from school that I still use up to now.
Yeah. So you keep referring to them?
I keep referring to them.
What's your most peak season of the year?
Christmas time.
A family brings bitenges and they all want to look alike.
Christmas time is a very busy time.
Okay. And how do you handle these other seasons that are not really good for you guys?
They just be like normal. Most times during normal seasons, I sell ready-to-wear outfits because those ones, we focus mostly on casual wears. Yeah. And then birthdays, parties, photo shoots, those ones. But then Christmas season is when you get a lot of customized outfits.
Yes. Yeah. People want to look very, very outstanding during the Christmas season. But anyway, as we draw to the close of the show, what kind of shout-outs do you want to send out to the people that are watching out, especially Daddy who paid for 3 months rent?
I would actually want to send my shout-out to my dad, but unfortunately he passed out this year. He passed on this year.
So sorry.
Probably my mom, she's in that village, she's not watching. Then my elder sister, I'm sure she's watching because I told her to watch. She's one of my biggest supports. Yeah. And then my friends, my classmates, the Bivad 3 class. Yeah.
Let me ask you the very last of the lastest. How do you handle the days when you feel like this business has refused?
I've never had that.
Sure?
Yeah. There are days where it refuses, but I've never had that in my mind.
Like?
I decided to focus that whether it has refused or it has not refused, this is the field I'm in.
So you don't get bad days in your business?
I get bad days, but whether I get bad days or I don't get bad days, I made up my mind that this is the business I am in. I have to focus on it.
Don't you speak to yourself to get out of such seasons?
I do.
So you literally experience the bad days, Shan?
Yeah, I experience bad days. But
you experienced bad days, but you've decided to look to the optimistic, in simple terms.
Yes.
Okay, it's been great having you in the Business Treasure today.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invite.
Thank you for inviting me.
Inspiring the nation.
Thank you.
Okay, what I've learned from Sharon's story is sometimes we may not have the money to go to university, and we may grow up from a family of 8, but what the most important thing is to have support from family, support from people that want you to move forward. Make sure that you have people that are supporting you. And the other thing is remain resilient on what you want to do. Tomanya opportunity jeva naye atugambe kino ekintu yakyagala n'akola ensobi mu business z'abalala naye n'atandikawo ekikye n'abeera ng'ata upgradinga nga bw'asomesa abalala at the end of the day. Fashion tulabe nga zikyuka ate zeyongera okuba nga zikyuka every other day. Tulaba bottom belly trousers, boyfriend trousers, different kinds of fashions coming here and there. And also making sure you don't repeat those mistakes you made right from the start. At some says she lacked how emotional intelligence, especially with clients. Tunga sumulula, na ina ayiganti customize the boss at the end of the day. Na sobolo kubanga in terms of business ye, in terms of branding, and also doing quality work. Kansubira nawe kenyini oyize ebintu bingi. Bwanga onyega dokla bino shonera nga ogamba hotegedde search tegedde bulungi. Genda ku YouTube, that is Promise TV UG. Ka UG kongereko oferengo damo okulaba sheno nawe oyige bingi oba wona omwana owa senior 4, senior 3, senior 5, senior 6 and probably there's no hope for them. You can share with them the link babeko chebayiga from start to the very end. What is Sivula here and now? Today I want to say a big shout out to you, Uncle Mark Okiring, for making this show a success. Vincent Odipio, thank you so much. Vonita Nakavoye, thank you so much for producing this show. Oba wandiaga dokulanga konafe obulango muweereze nga mukozesa namba 07 4 5 nkaaga eyo namba eritambula ku screen yo. Kamba Sivule here now, tujja kuba tulabagana enkya.